The results presented by the Special Investigation Commission of the National Congress proved that at least 10 checks for huge sums embezzled from the Social Security Institute were used in the election campaign of the current president, Juan Hernandez. He has accepted this, but insists that he didn't know about it. His party has also defended itself.
We are going to propose a law that would allow the Electoral Tribunal to examine the campaign finances of any political party if it receives a complaint from anyone. Another thing is that the National Party has asked for all of its donations to be made by cheque, because if there were cash donations, none of this would have come to light.
Supporters of the National Party held a demonstration that ended in front of the National Congress to defend Hernandez. Although no official accusation has been made, the president is under pressure from public opinion. According to the congressional report, during the previous National Party government of President Porfirio Lobo, more than $500 million were stolen from different public institutions.
Who
are the political leaders of National Party that are enjoying impunity? If that report doesn't name names, it's going to be another useless commission. One of many that have never taken clear position and that don't provide transparency or lead to any change. The people are in the streets protesting against corruption, demanding punishment for those responsible and demanding an end to impunity.
The report did name some public figures, but the identities of the alleged masterminds were not revealed, supposedly because the investigations are still underway. It promised those names will be released later on, but popular pressure is growing to demand the immediate resignation of all public officials involved in these corruption cases. Gerardo Torres, Telesur, Central America.
Here in the Central Valley of Oaxaca, 45 of the region's 50 gas stations are dry. For 2 days, dissident teachers have blockaded the regional oil refinery as part of their protests leading up to Sunday's election boycott. While many express frustration at the teachers, others say the government and the elections are the problem.
They are dirty jobs. Why? Because they will not leave power just for the sake of it. And so this affects us as the working class. If the authorities did their job, which is to legislate for the people, we wouldn't be going through this.
Since Monday, the 75,000-strong state teachers union has been on strike against the elections and so-called education reform, increasing their actions of sit-ins and blockades. They say the action to block the refinery is to place economic pressure on the authorities and transnationals, and not directed at the community.
We want the people to know that we are with them, and so today we are going to open the plant for 2 hours so that the gasoline trucks can go and refill at the stations.
Yet the teachers admit that they face stiff opposition from media networks that they say seek to manipulate public opinion about their actions.
Fortunately, there are people who are easily manipulated or are convinced by the commentaries that come from the different government agencies. They stigmatize us and point fingers at us, but we are with the people.
Although the teachers tried to open the gates of the refinery in the afternoon, seeking to allow several trucks to leave, federal authorities and the state oil company Pemex ordered the vehicles to stay put. Clayton Can, Telesur, Oaxaca City.
The President of Argentina, Cristina Fernández, will visit Pope Francis on Sunday for what will be a short and mostly ceremonial meeting. This will be the 5th meeting between the two heads of state since Pope Francis took up his position in 2013 and started putting efforts into changing the image of the Catholic Church.
At a symbolic level, this is an expression of support for the democratic nature of the government. Now, I'm not saying that the Pope would vote for Cristina. I'm not saying that. Rather, that the Pope is somewhat close to the government, and that it would be silly for him to not recognize that this government is the one that has done the most for the poor and against poverty.
This year is an election year and many presidential candidates have been attempting to meet with the Pope. However, President Fernández is the only Argentine politician he will receive this year.
The Pope has declined to receive Argentinian politicians who are campaigning for presidency and want to capitalize on a photo with him. In the case of the President Cristina Fernández, this is going to be the 3rd or 4th time that he receives her in Rome. So I believe that Pope Francis stands for stability and the Argentinian government and supports its policies.
The meeting was requested by the Argentine government, and it is expected to be the prelude of the Pope's visit to Latin America on July.
One can see change and much more intense activity by the Vatican in Latin America. The Latin American essence of Pope Francis is an important aspect that seems to seek renewal in the Catholic Church, which is very necessary for its institutional actions.
President Cristina Fernandez will also participate at the conference of the agency of the UN Food and Agriculture Organization to be held next week in the Italian capital, where she will deliver a speech and also receive an award in recognition of the struggle against hunger in Argentina. Laureano Ponce, Telesur, Buenos Aires.
In Turkey, Kurds have taken to the streets today to mourn after a bombing killed 2 people and injured at least 200 on Friday. Mourners expressed anger at the Turkish government handling of the explosion, which took place in southeastern predominantly Kurdish city of Diyarbakir. Authorities say the explosion were caused by improvised bombs targeting a political rally in support of the pro-Kurdish party, HDP. Both Turkey President Tayyip Erdogan and Kurdish leaders have condemned the bombing as an attempt to derail parliamentary elections, which are set to take place this Sunday. And in Germany, protesters of the G7 held a spontaneous rally in solidarity with those killed and injured in the explosion. Tens of thousands of people are in the small town of Garmisch-Partenkirchen, currently protesting the G7 summit of the 7 richest countries in the world. They are demanding that TTIP not be passed and are protesting poverty and climate change. The G7 countries are meeting for 2 days, costing the German state $400 million.
Facts that have marked the course of history. Productions designed in the English language and made for the English-speaking world. This is Documentary. Watch it on telesur.net/English. Telesur, wherever the news, you'll be there.